Fat Bly. What? Wow, what's up, Gabe? Gabe, I'm sorry I had to reject your self-invitation to Ghost Recon Breakpoint the other day. Um, I'm sorry. Preston told me that you were asking him. And I was just like, dude, we're kind of like we were like in the middle of a mission, and like, yeah. No, it was nothing against you, dude. We were kind of like starting something, or we were in the middle of something. I was just like, well, maybe after this one, and then honestly, I just forgot. I forgot after that. But I don't think we played for too much longer when you asked to play or something. From what I remember, at least. So I bought flowers today for the ladies in my life. I got some for my mom, and I got some for Lauren. So I actually used my beer steins to put them in temporarily. So here's one set I got. Look at these. Some yellow roses. These are for my mom. What I'm thinking they can do is they could actually mix and match if they wanted. Um, and then these are for Lauren. Look at these. Some red roses. Can't go wrong with red roses. How's the love life? Love life is it's good, man. It's good. I got someone. I'm with someone who's happy with their life and happy about just things in general, and um, always has a proud of you. Always has a positive, always has a positive vibe and stuff like that. So that always, that definitely helps. Someone who's supportive. You just beat Marcus at 8 ball. So Gabe, what have you been up to, man? Like, are you like still in school, or are you like almost done with school? Like, whatever grade you're in now? I don't even know what grade you're in anymore. I lost track. Baker, do you know how to do the Heimlich maneuver? Because you'd be choking. Why you choke, man? You have 2 weeks left? Sounds about right. Sounds about right. So are you excited that so are they lifting did they already lift the mandates by you for like masks and stuff like that? You're down in Florida, right? Supposedly. He was this close to winning an 8 ball. Oh man. You only have a day left. What do you mean you only have a day left? For what? So I bought some new Prilosec today. Some that's not expired, so maybe this stuff will be pretty good when I try it. Maybe it'll be extra strength. So that's interesting. So I bought this in 2021. It expires in 2023. So the stuff that I had that expired in 2020 was probably like 2018 was probably when it was bought. So, I mean, medicine kind of loses strength over time. They're dragging his back for one day. Oh, I see. If some stores require a mask, then you have to, but most places you don't have to. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Giant Eagle by me just, the thing that I don't like. I mean, I get why they have to say it, but the thing I don't like, because it's gonna start turning into a thing. It's gonna start singling people out. Um, is they say, well, if you're vaccinated, if you're fully vaccinated, then you don't need to wear a face mask while you're in a store, and any employee who's fully vaccinated doesn't have to wear a face mask in the store, and then they define what fully vaccinated means, blah blah blah. And for people who aren't vaccinated, then you kind of, if you, or even if you are and you're wearing a mask, like, then all of a sudden people are just going to assume that you're not vaccinated, and then you're going to kind of, I had some lady kind of give me like a kind of like a mean eye today, man, like when I was walking through the store. But like the guy, her presumably her husband or whoever she was walking around with was wearing a mask. She wasn't, but then she was like looking at me like all mean and shit because I don't know. I assume maybe it's because I have a mask, or maybe she was just like, maybe she just like looks at people mean or something. Maybe she just always has resting bitch face, as they call it. That's just her normal look. Is just like, I just want to murder you. Some women have that. I mean, even guys, some guys have that. Some guys have that too, you know, like a face that just, you know, it's kind of like somewhat intimidating to people because like just the way you look, even if that's not how you feel, the way you look, you know, may rub people the wrong way. So hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday morning so far. Look what I'm working on. Look at this, guys. St. Louis style ribs for today. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, snap. So I'm about to put some oil on these things, brush some olive oil on them, and then put some salt and pepper on there. And then I bought some rib rack honey barbecue sauce for these things later on. I don't know that I'm gonna grill these, but I think I'm gonna make 2 slabs of ribs. You can finally go to the gym without a mask. Wait, you can finally not go to the gym? I'm confused with the mask. I'm confused. Like, are you saying you never go and then you're just not gonna go anyways, but at least you don't have to wear a mask? You kind of worded that poorly if you meant like, oh, I can actually go to the gym and not have to wear a mask. Yes, that sounds a lot better. But when you say I can finally not go to the gym, that's like as in like you don't go to the gym. You dork. What's up, Preston? So Gabe, what else? What have you been up to, man? Like, what the hell do you do like these days? What in the world do you do, son? Like, I have no idea. What's going on in your life? How's your love life? How's the pimp game? Because we all know pimping ain't easy. So pimping ain't easy. Preston, did you just wake up? Preston, did you join the Alliance yet, or try to at least? Because I saw actually the only reason why Alliance positions opened up wasn't because we were able to increase the size. It was because the guy posted a message today saying, "Hey, if you're not active for at least if you're not active for 48 hours, then you're just going to get booted from the Alliance." So there, you know, which makes sense. You know, he's expecting people who are in there to be active at least once a day. You've been up since 9? Cool. I got up at 7 today because I have a lot to do, I guess. But I also take my time at doing stuff. So like, you know, I try not to be like feel too rushed with what I had to do, but like I woke up and at least got the trash out of the kitchen that was building up, broke down the box, the Angry Orchard boxes that were the apple juice boxes that were sitting in the kitchen. Broke all of those down, took those out to the recycled thing. For some reason, everyone left their trash out yesterday, which was the right timing. But for some reason, the trash guys didn't come pick up the trash yet, which was kind of weird. So I know it's a holiday weekend, but they usually kind of do it different than this. Like if holiday falls before trash day, then they come a day later. But when the holiday falls after trash day, that doesn't make any sense. I would expect next weekend's trash day them to come pick up at Saturday. But this week they should have picked up yesterday. Is Lauren here right now? Is she working? But if you didn't see earlier, I got I got flowers over there. I got flowers. I got a set for my mom and a set for her. And if they desire, they can mix and match. So they get some yellow and some red. So those some roses that I got at Giant Eagle this morning. And I'm actively working on putting some of this oil, extra virgin olive oil, of course, on my ribs here. So trying to get these, you know, I don't know, seasoned before I cook them today. So there's that. I should have actually did the bottom side first, the indented part. But you know, being all weird and stuff. I will say the only thing I hate about working with meat is like the fact that you're touching disgusting, greasy ass meat. especially ribs. Ribs are so greasy. You play football and rugby, you got hurt in February, and you can finally run again. Your ankle is almost fully healed. Jeez. Okay. Well, at least you're feeling better. That's good. You play rugby, really? Like that's kind of interesting. I don't like. So are you like a bigger build, Gabe? Like not necessarily fat, but like you know, medium. Okay. I actually watched rugby one time. I was watching it, I don't know why, but they had like some rugby tournament on some sports channel. I was watching on Sling and I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch this. Like it was like England versus like Washington or something like that. You're tall and have some weight on you, but you're a hood size. But like like I'm a hood size. What the heck? All right. Oh, a good size. I thought you meant like, like I'm the perfect size for living in the hood. I mean, that would be completely understandable too. I'm hood size, homies. Oh shit, gross. Get that all over there. So I'm gonna oil these things up, and then I'm gonna find room in the fridge to put this crap. I have so much crap in my fridge. I bought a watermelon, so I gotta chop that up. So like even though Lauren works at Heineken, she can get a 20% discount on her on stuff she buys there. So I texted her this morning and said, "How much is the watermelon there?" And she goes, "Oh, it's 6.99 for a thing." And I'm like, "Is it seedless?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, they have it for 5.99 at Giant Eagle and it's seedless." And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's a better deal then." So I told her I would just get the watermelon because she was gonna buy the watermelon. She's insisting that she buys something. Rugby is fun to play. It's basically football with no pads, and the game doesn't stop for every play. Well, I mean, I seen the way it worked, but it still seems a little confusing. I mean, it's almost like what if you don't advance the ball or something, then you have to turn it over or give it back to the other team. I'm not really sure I understand the rules, but that's from what I saw. It seemed like if you get stopped and then they have like where you can kick it through the goalpost for like a certain number of points or something like that. And I don't know if it depends on the distance or something, I think, as well too. It seems confusing where you don't know what's happening. Well, yeah, I mean, of course, like you're just like I see a bunch of guys just like trying to butt rape each other and guys trying to butt rape each other for no apparent reason. If you do a forward pass and the ball gets turned over, what? If you do a forward pass, wait, what? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So you have to always pass. It either has to be lateral or backwards, and then you have to run. Basically, you have to run for every yard you get. You can't just, there's no actual forward passes like NFL or Pro Bowl. I don't know, American football. How about that? I need to actually eat something. My stomach is growling. I've been drinking. I drank like one thing of coffee so far, like 2 cups of coffee, maybe, or maybe a cup and 3/4, and okay. Oops. So now I'm coating these with some sea salt. So I refilled my. Okay. I refilled my sea salt grinder. So if you don't have one of these are kind of neat. You actually buy like the Morton sea salt or whatever, and of course you got to have cracked peppercorn. That's a legit way to go. Got to have cracked peppercorn on them shits. Oh gosh, come on. That sound is like almost like nails on a chalkboard. Okay, that's one side. I'm gonna do the other side now. Put that in there. Put the oil away. So, oh, what the hell? Why does this thing keep getting caught from behind? Getting caught from behind. It keeps like the chat wasn't scrolling, so I wasn't seeing anything. You can kick it anytime. Like if you're deep in your own end zone, you can kick it anytime you want. Pepper's a must. Yes. Where do you get your weed? From Melinda. we actually grow it in the garden. It's a secret spot where you just know, like, this is where the weed plant's at. Okay. Garden boy. You might call me garden boy. Bro, like, you know what? You guys should be jealous of my garden, actually. Like, dude, it's gonna be great when all my tomatoes start coming up and stuff, when I'm starting to eat like all my produce practically, well, I should say all my produce, but I would say at least some of my produce will be technically, I mean, it would be free in a sense, but like I'm not gonna have to go to the store to buy tomatoes. I'm not gonna go to the store in theory to buy broccoli. I'm definitely not gonna have to go to the store to buy zucchini because I'm gonna have a shit ton of it with 60 zucchini plants in there. Oh my god. That stuff, I'm just waiting to see. I want to get a picture of what it's gonna look like when you got like 60 zucchini plants in there. I feel like I gave them enough space, so it's literally gonna crowd like the whole this one whole patch. This is gonna be nothing but zucchini. It's gonna be insane. Your water bill will say no thanks. No, I mean you have rain. I mean, at least it rained like the other night quite a bit, so like I didn't have to water the garden for the last couple of days. Although I did water it the one day before it rained. I wasn't thinking that it was going to rain. But it rained like yesterday and today, so it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Oh no, tomorrow's supposed to be nice. Tomorrow's not supposed to rain. What's up, Chris? Does everybody still like Chris? That's still a thing? What have you been up to, Chris? You know, every time I hear that name, I think of that South Park episode with Christopher Reeves. The one where, you know, they kept like, oh, Christopher Reeves is in town. And there was the thing with Jimmy and all them. And they were mad because like he wasn't crippled at birth. And it was like the Crips and the Bloods one. It was like when basically Timmy and Jimmy became Hood. And they joined the Crips. The 5 Point Crips from Denver. That was pretty good. It rained twice in the past 3 weeks. Getting your character up on Breaking Point, nice. Heaton 7, oh god, Gabe. LeBron doesn't play there anymore, bro. I don't know, man. You know, whatever happened to Alex? I've been meaning to message him. I wonder if he's still active on Discord at all, because I got him as a friend, but I haven't messaged him in a while. Usually I would like message him like every few months just to say, hey man, how's it going? Because I remember he was trying to go into like sports broadcasting. He was like in some sports broadcasting training camp or something like that, or whatever. Golden 6, yeah. You guys like my Browns Tervis cups? These things are so nice. Keeps things warm, keeps things cold. It's got these little lids you can close, and like when these things fall over, the lid doesn't just pop off and it doesn't spill. Like very good. All right, so I'm done seasoning. This is as good as it's going to get for now. You see that? See all that pepper on there? Mm-hmm. So got salt and pepper on these mofos. Now I got to find a spot in the fridge for these damn things. So you're going to have to give me a minute because I'm at the... Got brown liquid in it too. What? Brown liquid? What are you talking about? You're talking about it's... Oh, it's coffee. Wesley. It's not like poop water. Although maybe it might as well be. I don't know. All right, actually, I need to throw this out. This is actually probably bad. She's got all this stuff. She got all this stuff in here. Oh, now it's weed. Yeah, this girl's slowly starting to take over my house, guys. I don't know, bruh. I don't know, bruh. I don't know, bruh. Cottage cheese. There's so much shit in this fridge right now. I could actually change every 30 days. They want you to change every 30 days? What the heck? Yeah, that's not happening. Ah, don't touch my... Ew. Sorry, you guys just hear a bunch of, like... I'm struggling over here, man. Just kidding, I'm not really struggling. Wow, how was this lime thing? Best by July 5th, 2021. Wow, how long have I had that? All right. Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of a genius. Kind of a genius. First off. So I need to seal these things. You went from 31 to 55. Sweet, dude. I never actually noticed this. I don't know if you guys can see this in the... You might be able to see it in the camera a little bit. Yeah, it's very faint. You see that? It says Reynolds Wrap non-stick. See that? Isn't that kind of... I never noticed that. Baker's making lasagna. No, I'm not making lasagna. Why the heck is it making lasagna? What does that got to do with foil? Just because I have foil. Read up if you didn't see it. Pops, I'm gonna go wash my hair now. You better be live in like 15 minutes. Yeah, I should still be live then. Stuff Garfield eats. Well, yes, I know. What? I'm still confused. What does that got to do? End the stream in 14 minutes, right? As soon as Gabe comes back. All right, right. 14:59. It's over, Gabe. All right, so that should be good. There we go. Got a place for the ribs now in there. So the only other things I had to prepare was actually I should keep these so they can transport them home because these have the non-drip part. So I'm gonna keep these bags because I need them. How the hell does it take 15 minutes to wash your hair? I don't. Baby's dyeing it too. I don't know. He's got grays. He's got grays at like 16 or 17, however old Gabe is at this point. I just remember when Gabe was just like a little squeaker boy, and then all of a sudden, like, that one time we talked to him, he's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And we're like, "Dude, are you sure this is Gabe?" Like, because so much time went by since we heard his voice, and it's just like, the transformation was just insane. Do you like Halo? Dude, I used to love Halo, man, but like, Halo, you know, look, I love to play Halo, I just don't have anyone to play it with. How about that? I would love to play Halo, but like, because I remember I tried playing with Marcus and Preston, but like, we never finished the campaign and all that stuff. Like, I like to play through the campaign. I mean, I used to love playing online. I thought I was really good, like back in the Halo 2 days, or Halo 3. I played during Halo 3 as well. I loved Halo 3. But, shit. I love playing after Halo 3. Or playing Halo 3, but then it got to a point where it kind of got stale for me, dude. Would you be interested in playing Destiny 2? I don't know. I don't know, man. I didn't even play I didn't even play Destiny 1, so now I can't imagine it can't be that bad because I know, yes, I know the story. Bungie created Destiny and all that stuff, so I get all that. Bungie, I thought, did a really good job on Halo. I just kind of got annoyed with Halo after Halo 3, and you thought Master Chief was like dead and the story was over, and then they came up with Halo 4 when it was like, oh god, he came back, and I'm just like, ugh. I guess we played Halo. How old are you? You're 16. You're still 16. You just turned 16. Wrong. I thought you were 16. You're 15? Oh, that's right. You're quinceañera. That's why. 15. So then 15. God. Jesus. You guys make me feel old sometimes. Not because of your age, just because I couldn't remember. But I am old. I'm getting old. So, you know, but there's always someone older than me. So there's that, I guess. Preston, look what I got. Our favorite July snack to eat on hot days. Call of Duty, yes. I don't like Call of Duty. Reach was the last best Halo game. See, I wouldn't know, dude. I didn't even play Reach. I didn't play. What, they had ODST as well? I didn't play Halo. I didn't even play through Halo 4. I didn't even finish Halo 5. I didn't play Halo Reach. I didn't play Halo, like the ODST one. Like, I haven't played or finished. Well, I've played, but I've never finished any of the Halo campaigns, like beyond Halo 3. Kentucky looks trash. What do you mean, Kentucky? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? Okay. That's the bread knife. It's just hills and trees. Yeah, pretty much, dude. You've never been, and then full of people with 3 teeth. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, Marcus. Baker the 13th, right? That is right. So I'm trying to think, how do I want to cut this up? How did I cut this up before anyways? I thought I cut it down the middle. Right. Because then you can slice. So I'm trying to grow watermelon this year too. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how successful I'm going to be with the watermelon and the pumpkin. So any of the melon kind of stuff, like, I don't know how successful I'm going to end up being with those things, but we will find out. You want some watermelon now? Yeah, no problem. Shit's good. Shit's right. The shit's right. What's up, buddy? How's it going, dude? That looks gross. I don't know. I don't know about that. Why is there yellow in here? I don't think it's... No, I think it's just because it's not completely ripe, maybe, or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that. What you been up to, buddy? Dude, what happened to the Capitals, man? I'm kind of irritated by that. How the hell does Capitals lose to Boston? How did the Capitals lose to Boston, man? That really I think the Capitals, man, like I said, I guess they're just getting old. They're getting too old. They need to get some youth on that team. Everyone seems like they've been there for like their entire career, you know? Every loss was preventable. We just got outplayed. Our youngest player is like 28. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's, you know, when the average age of your roster is like 40. You know, it only happens to be 40. It would be higher, but like he happens to bring it down because he's so young in comparison. The yellow is actually good. Ew. I don't think I've ever seen yellow inside a watermelon before though. I'm almost certain of it. So I feel like I'm going to cut off the ends. I mean, I know that's kind of what makes watermelon, but like, you know, then you have to worry about like people having to throw stuff away and all that crap. I think that's what I do when you're up here anyways. I cut all the ends off so that you're not, so it's less messy, I guess. What watermelon you eat that are yellow? Look, I'll show you. That's what I'm talking about. This. So there's some of that in here. I've never seen that before in a watermelon. Never in my life. And remember, I'm 40, so I've had quite a bit of a life. So for me not to have seen it, like stuff's real. You have to go see it. What? Wesley, hold up, hold up, hold up. What is this? I have to go see Ella tomorrow with the rolly eyes. Why? Okay, first off, have to. So, are you not interested in her anymore, Wesley? Is that what I'm hearing here when you say I have to go see her? Are you being forced to go see Ella? Ella, Ella, Ella. Sorry, get some Rihanna going on up in here. I'm gonna probably cut this yellow off because first off, there's a kid that's gonna be coming over here today, and no, it's not Lauren's or anything like that. So don't get it twisted. But kids, because if a kid's not used to seeing that, just like I'm not used to seeing that, oh my God, that's disgusting. That's so gross. I'm not gonna eat that. And like, oh, the whole thing must be bad. Really, Preston? A kid. Oh God, gross. Wow, that's kind of mean, Wesley. Aren't you're a kid? So yeah. Wow, Preston. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. It's interesting you mentioned that because I had a Facebook memory that popped up just like I think it was just yesterday. That was a picture of Heather with Gabby when she was like it was like just months after Gabby was born, like because she would come over our house. She would come over the house and spend time with auntie and uncle, even though she was so young. But then her mom didn't want to do that with like the younger one. She was like worried. You know what? I'm suing Giant Eagle. I'm suing Giant Eagle. What the hell is this? They said seedless watermelon. Bro. You're on campaign chapter 4 now? So, Donovan, are you like actually going through and getting your gifts and stuff like that for completing your objectives? The interface didn't seem that intuitive to me originally, but there's like so many different ways to get like diamonds and gifts and stuff like that to help like speed up time. I'm assuming you're enhancing your buildings and all that stuff to help research and all that crazy stuff. I mean, it's kind of an addicting game. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I find it very intriguing for some reason. I'm not sure why, but like, the idea of fighting villains using the puzzle mechanism that they have in there is pretty cool. You gotta point out where you just need to join an alliance. Oh snap! You can join the one I'm in, but they just the guy expects that you play every day at least. Like you at least do something every day. Because he said if anyone's inactive for even 2 days, like he's just gonna boot people from the alliance, which makes sense because you need people who are actually gonna like help earn because your alliance gains rank, and then based on your rank, like you get alliance gifts and stuff like that. So like it's kind of relevant that you actually play and contribute and stuff like that. This knife is actually really sharp. I think I sharpened all these not too long ago when you're working on chapter 3. Nice. But I think our alliance name it has like null in front of the name, NULL, and it says never understand. That's the name of the alliance. You should have purposely choked on the seed and sued. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard because that might be kind of difficult because they'll be like, how did you not see the seed? Then I have to say like, well, I mean, they did say it was seedless, so I didn't really think I had to be sitting here looking for seeds, and then And then but then the lawyers might say, well, okay, sir, if you're at a crosswalk and the light turns red, do you not look both ways before you cross the street, even though like the light on the side the traffic should be coming from is red? Because that would prove how like retarded you are. Because I do. I mean, I certainly would. So just because like something should be doesn't mean that it is. You left the syndicate on Mob Wars? Fine, whatever. That's your problem, bruh. I know you just said you lied, but that's your problem. That is your prerogative, sir. You don't look both ways even if you're crossing the highway. What the? What? Well, then I think you're mental, Wesley. I think you have some mental issues. Home skillet. Look at all this. Look at all that. It's all gone. I ate it all. So this is the output. This is what I'm putting all the watermelon in because this thing's going to be I think there's going to be a lot from this. This container may be too big, but I think it'll be just the right size to hold all the watermelon. You just sprint and pray for the best. I mean, some people are like that, man. Some people do that. You shouldn't joke like that, Wesley. How much watermelon you got? I got a big ass seedless watermelon. I got this piece. And then I got the other half. So I'm going to cut all this up in the pieces. So it's just, you just grab one and eat it, Just makes things easy that way. So after I get done, I figured I would do this food prepping. And then once I'm done with this, then I'm going to go because then I have to I'm going to have to go vacuum and clean my living room and vacuum around my kitchen, like to clean up the kitchen floor. I say vacuum and I mean vacuum because I don't like sweep. Sweeping's outdated. I just use my vacuum since it has like the thing where you can raise it up high enough where it doesn't scrub your hardwood floors. And then I use like the suction thing to vacuum around the sides and stuff and get any pet hair and whatever. Sorry, you didn't mean to offend any high-risk swimmers. Mom was wondering why don't I eat as much as when I come up. I was like, because I'm a nice guy. Wait, what? Why don't you eat as much when you come up here? Huh. You eat a lot less. Well, it's probably because I don't eat that much either, though. Like, I mean, especially if you're like doing stuff all the time, then. Gabe should be back by now. Gabe, you finished dyeing your hair or whatever the hell it was you were doing? Putting on your beauty products in your hair? He said 15 minutes. He said, you better be streaming still in 15 minutes while I wash my hair. He's powdering his nose. Tomorrow will be a month. Oh, so I had a work call last night. Thank God that went like well, because it was at 8 o'clock. It was a scheduled thing. So Lauren and I went out. Okay, so here's what's crazy is that So Isabella was supposed to be coming over. That's the kid who's supposed to be coming over. That's my brother's like illegitimate daughter. I don't know what you want to call her, but that's probably the best way to put it. So she's supposed to be coming over, but my brother had asked me about it yesterday, and I didn't really think twice about it. But like my mom had asked me, "Oh, what are we gonna do when you met her?" I don't know, dude. I don't think so. She was a little black girl. I mean, that's I don't, it has nothing to do with race, but like that's the best way to, you would know if you met her. She's black. She's a little black girl. I don't think you ever met her though. Baker's brother's a black child. Yeah, it's there's a story to that. So I think we'll put it this way. That's why I said it's not. It's kind of it's not really like it's not really his kid. so I joke because I'll tell you the story. It's a quick. I'm not a math wizard. Something's not adding up. Oh yeah, I know, right? So basically, here I'll explain the story. I mean, this is kind of airing like family drama or family oddness. So my brother was hooked up with this girl who ended up getting pregnant. It was his girlfriend at the time. She ended up getting pregnant. This is before he got married, and before he got married, and yeah, so it was before he got married. Obviously, he's no longer married. I'm pretty sure your brother's odd, anyways. Well, yes, of course. That goes without saying. This is before he got married, and like I said, he's not married anymore. I'm pretty sure I told you guys that. But this girl got pregnant when they were together, and they were supposedly trying to get pregnant. So she got pregnant, and then she goes and has this kid. Well, then like she's like, "Oh yeah, it's your child, all this stuff, or whatever." Well, then like, the child gets born, and it's like, how's this kid like black? Like, so then it turns out like she obviously fucked some other dude or something, and ended up having this kid, and then like in theory was trying to pass it off like it was his. And then but that wasn't her actually, that was someone else. That was actually a different kid. And because I think the other kid's black too. So like then it happened again. She got pregnant again with another child. And I'm pretty sure she tried to tell him that was his as well. She came out. She was black. And he's like, okay, I'm done. She's like, I'm done with this. It's like, I would have been done after the first kid. Although, if you had to worry about that at all, like, then why are you even in that relationship? But, yeah, so that's that story. So that's why I say it's his illegitimate child. Bet he can't wait till it's not his though. Like that's the thing. He doesn't pay for anything or anything like that. He doesn't. It's not his kid. He doesn't owe her child support or anything like that. I mean, so it doesn't really. It's not really his concern. But like, he's kind of like the only male figure in her life. Like one of two male figures in her life. So like, I don't think she ever sees her actual dad or anything because. His ex-girlfriend was like basically like, well, she used drugs. So I mean that it kind of explains like how things kind of explains how shit happen. 9/11 always comes up in your head. Wait, what? I'm confused. I just see Donovan saying something about he can't wait till he turns 18, and then Preston saying something about 9/11. Sounds like some whacked up WWE storyline. Yeah, pretty much. It's like the WTF from South Park. Like, oh, this person came back and it was actually like the one wrestler's aborted fetus or something. Like, you threw me in a trash can, Mom. Remember that was As far as flying goes, oh, stop it. Just stop it, dude. That is like the silly look, that is the silliest thing to be worried about. You're playing it. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop there. That is the silliest thing to worry about, okay? Absolute nonsense. You got to keep in mind, like think about it this way. Think to the extent that they go through now in TSA to make sure that people aren't doing something stupid. And it's not like they've really changed things that much. I mean, they've eased up on restrictions a little bit, but they haven't really changed much in terms of restrictions as to what you can bring into an airport and how much liquid can be in certain containers, how much luggage you can bring on board. I mean, the type of luggage you can bring on board. I mean, there's all sorts of things that, they have x-ray scanners to check every freaking package that comes through. I mean, they pat people down like a mofo if things seem odd. I mean, there's so much security there that there's absolutely nothing nothing related to flying that you have to worry about as it relates to, anything close to like terrorism and stuff like that. No way. A lot of watermelon, people. I mean, I could tell you what I was going to say if you want to hear it, but I don't know if you'd want to. I don't think you'd want to hear it. Excuse my pigginess. Oink, oink. See, I just saw LOL just kidding, but I didn't see what you said before that. I didn't see anything in comments before you just said just kidding. Tell you? Yeah, I'd say you have a better chance of the plane crashing due to like a technical malfunction than you would a terrorist hijack. So I mean but I mean, even then, that's still slim, right? I mean, it's not like that happens often or something. So I guess that's sort of my point too, is that doesn't happen often. I've flown so many times in the air. He was talking about TSA. Oh, yeah, I didn't see his comment at all. It didn't show up for me. But I mean, that's my point, is that it's slim that you just have a random technical malfunction, because they honestly they will not let a plane leave the airport if there's anything, like even just a minor thing that seems like it could be off. They will not let a plane depart. I've been through that situation before. They're like, oh, the windshield wiper fluid's not coming on right or something, and they're like, oh, we can't take off. No, I'm just kidding, but them putting a flashlight up your ass. Oh my god. I got to check inside your asshole, sir. Just like the South Park episode. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I check inside your asshole? I showed that episode to Lauren and she just absolutely lost it. She'd never seen that one before. She hasn't seen a lot of the newer South Park. The blinker fluid left engine has run out. The blinker fluid. I remember we were delayed for like an hour because there was something wrong on the plane and they just had to go get a new plane ready. Yeah, my worst experience with something like that was coming back from a cruise. All my experiences have to do with coming back from a cruise. I swear, every time I come back from a cruise, there's some type of delay. Or every time I have come back from a cruise, there's been some type of delay. I mean, it's just absurd. But the worst one was they called for us to board the plane. Everyone boarded the plane. I feel like they started to back out or something, or they were getting ready, and then they stopped. We sat on the plane for I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or something. And then they were like, well, we're trying to deal with something, they were just like, we're looking at something, please just, hold still. They kept coming on the PA, making an announcement. And then finally they were just like, okay, we're going to ask that everyone gets off the plane while we dissect this further. which was a good idea because I mean you started getting anxious at that point, right? Because you've been sitting on a plane for a half hour while you've already just been waiting in the airport for God knows how long for the plane just to show up, and then you're sitting on the, you went through all that process to board the plane and all that nonsense. I mean, even I get anxiety on planes. I mean, don't get me wrong, like but it's only minimal. It's only if there's issues, then I do worry a little bit because you never know, right? I mean, your life is in their hands. But so they had everyone get off the plane and they were checking things out, and then they were like, that took a little while. I mean, I think that took like a half hour and 45 minutes or something like that. Then they were like, okay, we're gonna get everyone back on the plane. So then they had everyone board the plane again. We get on the plane again, and then they're like, yeah, something's still not right. So then they had everyone get off the plane again. They spent like another I don't know, another half hour, 45 minutes again while everyone off the plane. So this is already like, you're talking about like multiple hours just to get on the flight. And then by that point, they were like, well, this plane's just not going to work. They're basically like, we can't use this plane. And the bad part about it was that it was the last plane that airline had going out of, I think it was out of Florida. It was the last plane they had going out of Florida that night. And so we basically were stuck there. And then we were like, well, shit, you better be paying for like a hotel or something like that. But they did. They gave out vouchers to everyone to like stay at a hotel nearby overnight. But it was just like, it was such a fiasco. You remember when your dad didn't help the situation my first time flying? He said, if we crash and die, we don't know because it will be so fast. I don't know if that's true or not, though, right? I mean, you have to realize that you're dying, right? The plane's going down. I mean, if you're at like 20,000 feet in the air, it's not like you come crashing down in like a second. You have multiple seconds at least to be thinking about your life. Remember how we did the calculation, approximate calculation, the guy who fell from the Grand Canyon? That wasn't nearly as many feet. So, I mean, falling from a plane, you're going to have some time to reflect. I mean, maybe not long, but you're going to have some time. You know you're dying. You know you're falling to your imminent death. I mean, maybe, you never know. Like, you could crash. I mean, people survive airplane crashes. I mean, not many, but, it's not impossible. So, Preston's over there, like, fucking, like, chewing on his nails and shit right now. Like, oh, God. Like, why are you guys talking about this? Stop it. My anxiety. All right, so look, all the watermelon is cut up. Look at that. It took up, like, pretty much the whole thing. Look at that. It's up to the brim on that biatch. I mean, there's still a little space, but, if I used a smaller container, it wouldn't have fit. So, you're eating lunch? Oh, God. Now he's puking his lunch. Well, you were eating lunch. Barely listening. Mayday, mayday! We're going down! The Germans are attacking! Just kidding. It's the Germans! It's the Germans! Okay, there we go. Well, whatever. God, there's so much shit in this fridge! Why? Why is there so much shit in this fridge? You dirty German? Sorry, I love that about Pearl Harbor. Take that, you dirty German! That's when he hit. That was when he hit the guy over the head with the 2x4. The guy who was beating his kid, and then Ben Affleck as a kid like hit the guy in the head, hit the kid's father in the head with a 2x4. It was like, take that, you dirty German. And the dude's like, dude, I fought the Germans in World War II. Maybe the plane will crash in your house and we'll be in heaven together. Whoa, hey. No. You're not allowed to rob me of my life right now. Maybe once I have a kid, then yeah. Once I got some offspring, then, I guess my life is less valuable. But, that is the one goal. I need to accomplish that goal in my lifetime before, At least that one before I'm ready to leave this earth. Plus, I'd like to ride. Honestly, I would like to be able to retire and enjoy time. Like, just, enjoy my remaining time being retired and not having to worry about fucking work every day and all that bullshit. But man, my mom said it's rough, man. Like, you have to decide. There's a decision they have now, and I wonder what it's going to be like in 20 years because she said that she's trying to decide if if she retires at 62. She said like your Social Security benefits are like $500 less per month, as opposed to if you wait 5 more years and retire at 67. Can you imagine? I thought the retirement age used to be about 65. So I mean, if it's only 67, that's not too bad. At least it's not like 70 because it's like shit. No one really. That's the thing for guys. I mean, guys are lucky if they live to be 80. So I mean, for me, I'd be lucky to live past 75 or 78. Most guys tend to die before they're 80. Get hit by a meteor the second he retires. Wow, Marcus, who said Baker was going up there? Oh man, that's kind of rude. You dick. Ya dick. Dick. Look at this. It's a shiny box. Look at that. It's got like a hologram kind of shit on there. Look at that. Woo, trippy, Prilosec. Look at this, guys. Only from Amazon, a 1.5-pound bag of Starbucks house blend, Donovan. Medium roast. This is the shit. This shit is legit. Cocaina. Yes. Correct, Marcus. I actually have that so I can, hide it in my coffee cans. You know what I'm saying? Keep the guard dogs away. Keep the guard dogs off my ass. So does anyone ever know what happened to that Colombian blend to the extreme? I know. Does anyone ever know what happened to that Greg Robinson guy? I tried Googling that whole thing. Remember, he was the former Browns offensive lineman who got busted for that like couple 100 pounds of weed or some shit like that. It wasn't cocaine, it was weed. But like ever since that story came out, there's like literally been no update on that. Melinda seemed to think that maybe they settled it out of court, but I'm like thinking, dude, maybe if you had like a pound or a couple of pounds, but he had like several 100 pounds, you don't settle that out of court. Like that's the federal government's involved. That's not like some local trivial court case. The state versus Greg Robinson. No, it's that dude. I cannot believe that though. Hundreds of pounds of weed. Like, why are you doing that? And then like what, the passenger was able to get an excuse because the passenger's like, well, he was just coming to pick me up or something. I had no idea he had all this stuff in his car. Unless you can't smell. I mean, the dude had 200 some pounds of weed. Like, you can't tell me that if you're sitting in a car with that much weed that you can't smell that. Like, now granted, I don't know if I would be able to smell it. So maybe they got him checked and they said, oh yeah, you have like a deviated septum or something and you can't actually smell. But like, I think that would be very potent. He had COVID. He's the local NFL dealer, right? It's like everyone go see Greg Robinson if you want some weed. That's why Josh Gordon can't quit, man. And Josh Gordon, what? Then he switched to like cocaine and shit or whatever. Like that poor guy. I mean, it's unfortunate that he couldn't like do better for himself, but just like my brother's one friend, it's like, dude, like some people are just married to the drug. They can't. It doesn't matter. Like them getting high is more important than the people that they're around. And that is sad. That is very sad. I'll be back. I gotta go put all these, speaking of drugs, I gotta go put all these drugs away. All these vitamins. now I'm getting to the part where I'm going to actually like probably go because I have to start cleaning. I didn't see Gabe come back though. 157 pounds. Wait, what? Oh yeah, he had 157 pounds. So even if still like there's a difference between like he had a pound versus I had 157. Like that is absurd. That is absurd. Like how could you not smell that and be like, oh, I had no idea that he had it. Like, or maybe oh, I could smell it, but like I wasn't involved with him getting it. But it's like, dude, but like he came down to Mexico to get you or something, right? I mean, or down to Texas to get you. So he didn't go to Mexico, but like he was caught at the one of the border patrol things. Now technically, for good or for bad, the only thing that he might save him is the fact that technically those border patrol checks are illegal. Like they're not like you're not required by law to allow them to search your car. And you can do Google search on this because I remember there was this guy I used to watch on YouTube named Gavin something or another. He basically was like his thing, like he would go and like film him specifically going to those border patrol checkpoints, and it'd be like, "Sir, can you like stop your vehicle and or roll down your window or whatever?" And he'd be like, "No thanks, no thank you." You know, he would just like certain cases he would like drive off. And it's like they can't do anything about it. They're technically not allowed to stop you. It's illegal for them to stop you. So like it's kind of like this thing because he's just like you're violating my constitutional right. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't, there's no reason for you to subdue me or have to check my vehicle or anything like that. You know, it's like you have to have like something, a reasonable suspicion or something. You know, you have to have a reason to have to do that, not just because you are just doing it just to do it. That's essentially, that's like if a cop just came to your house and said, "Hey, we want to search your house, but like we have no reason to do it. Like we just think there's something weird here or something." Nope, come back with a search warrant. You know what I'm saying? Like that's illegal. That's why it's illegal. They're not allowed to do that. And that guy's filmed them, like him having conversations with the troopers and stuff like that, saying like, "Why do you think you can check my car? Like, this is illegal, right?" And they're like, "No, it's not illegal." And they'll have these debates with them and show them like, "Hey, here's the Constitution. This is what the Constitution says, or here's what it says about this, that, and the other." And those guys, they just get hired they just get paid to sit there and monitor the border and do that stuff. But again, it's illegal. So that might be the only thing that he might be able to fight is like, why did they have to search my car? Now, granted, if they could smell 100 pounds of weed, then, like, okay. But like, technically it's illegal for them to stop you to begin with. So, I mean, let alone search your vehicle. So I don't know. Yeah, I that's what I saw, Preston. Like I searched for that because I remember when I was talking to Melinda about it, I was like, there's been no update since last year. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, not a trace of anything. And even if there were updates, it was just regurgitating the same information we already had. It wasn't like an update, like what happened to the court case or anything. They said he was being held like somewhere in Texas or something, but it didn't even say like if he was in jail or like if he was serving time, if he had a bail, sentencing date, nothing. There is no information about that. It just like disappeared, like it never happened. So I don't know. And she said that's why she thinks they settled out of court. But I'm like, not for 157 pounds, bro. Like that's like you're basically trafficking. You're trafficking drugs at that point. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to use it for recreational purposes. Like, oh, I just like to get high, officer. Like, no. Not 157 pounds. I'm just sorry. I was buying it for the rest of last for the rest of my life. Like that's the only thing. Like, what is your excuse for that? There isn't one. Like, there's just no excuse. You're still stuck in Kentucky. Wow. Okay. Probably told him no more football and stay out of the public eye. Yeah, but that's not. There has to be more than that. Like he has to face charges for that. Like you don't just have that much weed on you and they'll get charged for something. Like, now granted, he was in professional sports, so that certainly helps his case in a sense, because we know all athletes have been like almost always protected for some odd reason, because they do stupid shit. But then like it's like, oh well, if someone of lesser value committed the same crime, then they don't get the slap on the wrist like you do. They get charged and they get arraigned and they go to jail and they serve their time, and due process is followed. But if you're an athlete, weed just a plant. Whatever, Mike. You're just saying that because you like to get high too. Mike turned to drugs once he realized he couldn't finish college in computer engineering. He decided that he was just gonna smoke weed every day. Mike's sitting up there with Nate Dogg. Just kidding. I know Nate Dogg's dead, but he's like, hey, smoke weed every day. You don't smoke weed? Oh, you do cocaine instead, Mike? Mike's just like over there with his box cutter. Wait, what? That's you cutting up your cocaine, bro, and lining it up, getting the lines. You know it, Mike. Stop lying. Stop lying. Pretending like you're all innocent. That's not even how you do that. Oh, so you would know. See? So see, there you go. I just proved my point. You would know, Mike. You would know. Mike's got his like little weight balance machine at home with the small plates on it. I don't know, but no. You just said that's not even how you do it. So like you have to know. Otherwise, how would you know that I'm doing it wrong? Mike. There's a reason why I'm a logical person. It's because I can catch people in conversations like this. Logic matters, Mike. You have to think. You have to think there, Mike. Mike, what are you doing this weekend, dude? You guys having like is anyone in your family having like a family like gathering kind of thing or whatever? Look, I mean, this isn't a racist thing, don't get me wrong, because I know black people know how to have parties. So that like someone has got to be having a big party going on this weekend, right? Especially with like the COVID restrictions being lifted, everyone can come back together. Someone's bound to be throwing a barbecue somewhere. You're cooking grilled cheese? Mike, come on, dude. Mike, dude. You got to be that guy. You got to be the guy. You got to be that guy that hosts the party, dude. You can't just like go all weekend without like hosting a party or something. It's either Sunday or Monday. Someone's got to be hosting a party. That's all I'm saying. Ugh, it's almost noon. Jesus. This was not supposed to last like an hour. This was not supposed to last an hour, guys. But at least I got the watermelon cut up. I got the ribs seasoned. I don't think there was anything else I needed to cut up. I think I'm good. I wish it was like better today. The forecast for today is trash. Like a high of 51. Just absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. All right, well, now I'm going to actually start cleaning up, which means moving around and turning the vacuum cleaner on and cleaning, moving, reorganizing stuff or whatever, getting shit out of this kitchen. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to put one of these away because I don't need both of these out. So I'm going to go ahead and get going. I'm going to get going now, guys. So thank you for showing up, saying hi, saying what's up. Maybe I'll stream again tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I know Lauren asked about like going out somewhere with friends or something like that. I'm not sure what the whole deal was. Um, what the whole deal is going to be with that, but we'll see. She said something about doing something early, so we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, thank you guys for everything, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.